Welcome, Board of Education, Dr. Heinig, administrative staff, faculty, family, friends, and peers. I am Alyssa Krisinski, and today I will speak about stories and how they impact who we are. I used to read a lot. 2 years old with a book in my hand, read a lot. I read in the car, in a fort under my bed, in between classes. Words always interested me. The way you can take a few and make a phrase, then a sentence, then an idea understood by others. It's quite literally an art to write a sentence and thereby leave your comment or tell your story, to create something where there was nothing, to paint a mental picture without a brush or a canvas. Words were the first thing we learned in school and arguably the most powerful due to their capacity of identity and connection. They were the first thing that gave me a glimpse into the true power of an education with the unique effect of raising consciousness in conversation, sparking revolution through expression. Martin Luther King said words, people cried and trembled and moved. Abraham Lincoln spoke, the nation mobilized. Nelson Mandela changed his world from a prison cell with the power of the written word. Personally, it took years of careful consideration and reflection for me to nail what specifically drew me to the subject of language and what about words imbued them with so much impact. In fact, we all have been transformed by creative mediums in everyday life. Books, movies, television, music, photography. Walking away wanting to do something, burning with excitement or passion or rage. I have come to the understanding that the purpose of art, of film, of poetry, of literature, is to tell a story. The purpose of a story, in turn, is to create an awareness, evoke an emotion, force the world to question reality, and, ultimately, to spark sincere empathy within us. At James Caldwell High School, we have been educated through stories. The process of learning can actually be likened to storytelling, as we hear of the Mayan civilization, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, the modern persecution of the Rohingya. And with each additional exposure, we become a little more understanding of people who are different from us, a little more compassionate, a little more aware. In freshman year, I had no idea that in every class I entered, every history lesson taught, every book read and essay scribed, we were developing a base for the empathy that only comes through expanded perspective by way of knowledge. In 2015, we walked into the World Cultures classroom to learn geography and ancient Asian civilization history. The bell rang, and we walked out. In sophomore and junior year, we studied the American experience, a historical and linguistic investigation of the American identity. Rather than simply memorize, we began to analyze the injustice of the crucible, the ethics of the Gilded Age. In senior year, the knowledge gathered since kindergarten culminated into a transformation. Through deep and thoughtful analysis, we gained perspective. We immersed ourselves in a continual and profound analysis of the human psyche, racism, sexism, and feminism in this country, in the world. Learning about the stories of the past culminated into a year of conscious thinking, reflection, and awareness of truth, the very components of empathy. When education exposes us to stories, it informs us of the universality of the human condition. In the words of Catherine Burns, to listen with an open heart and open mind and to understand what it's like to be them, why they think like that, dress like that, made the choices they did, takes real courage. And when we dare to listen to stories, we remember that there is no other, there is only us, and what we have in common will always be greater than what separates us. We are led to understand that what injustices plague one person must plague every person. Distinctions, whether they be class, gender, language barriers, simply distract from the overall truth, that we are all one kind, capable and deserving of compassion. The words of Mother Teresa remind us, if we have no peace, it is because we forget we belong to one another. To keep with the spirit of belonging to each other, I must acknowledge the people who have made growth and understanding possible and impart my sincere gratitude. To my family, my parents, to Tyler and Grace, thank you for creating an environment of thought, discussion, and creativity within my life. To my mom, Thank you for waking up at 5 a.m. to read books with me when I was 2. You showed me my first stories. To our teachers, who have dedicated themselves wholeheartedly to the cause of the future. You are the very people who expose us to stories we may never have found on our own. You have lit a contagious fire within many of us. And finally, to my classmates, thank you. I am genuinely proud to be a part of the class of 2018, a class which is unique, passionate, and creative. You have transformed my high school experience because we challenge each other to be better musicians, writers, engineers, and thinkers. We do not all look, speak, create, love, or feel the same, and these differences are rightfully a cause for enrichment rather than division. Among us, the abundance of personality and character has created an ever-burning vitality and progressive spirit, which I am so grateful for. I am excited for this spirit to infiltrate the outside world in full force, although in many ways it already has. We have successfully completed the standard education benchmark of high school, and now each tomorrow is open-ended. What will be different? Subtly but critically, there may no longer be people pushing us to care on a daily basis. Our teachers have imparted their wisdom and shaped us as individuals, and with this, we have the choice to act, a choice that rests entirely within us. No one will make us vote, make us advocate, make us empathize, make us lead, make us read, make us think. Now that knowledge and understanding lie within us, the responsibility falls on our shoulders. This is a responsibility capable and necessary of every one of us, not only as JCHS graduates or American citizens, but as global citizens in the community of mankind. I speak of empathy, understanding, and awareness today because it is the true academic success. It is wonderful that we have the GPAs and credits to receive our diplomas today, but the transformation that occurred in preparation of high school graduation, we are here for this reason: to see the meaning in a story, to be affected by the truth, to have a burning desire to affect the world around us, to behold a conscious compassion for all people. This is what I celebrate as necessary. Today, this is our true success. So on our graduation day, with an understanding of the past and our eyes on the future, I end with this. Stay woke, my friends. Let's go to work. Thank you.